In this video, we're going to show you things that take place throughout the game of Resident Evil 3 Remake, so if you have not played the game yet or you do not want to be spoiled, please leave now because spoilers are coming. In Resident Evil 3 Remake, there are several situations where the game makes you perform certain simple tasks that are almost impossible to fail, like press X to start the car. Very simple. However, it turns out failure is possible in many situations that you probably didn't know about, and it leads to 10 secret hidden death screens that you may have missed in RE3 Remake. The very beginning of the game is intense, and it feels like Nemesis is breathing down your neck as he chases you. So what if you don't run? Well, nothing. You can actually stop and explore these areas. Nemesis is only chasing you during the cutscenes. However, there is one area where Jill falls through the floor and Nemesis chases her with a big slab of concrete. You have to run here, and she runs and escapes to freedom. But what happens if Jill doesn't run? During that Nemesis chase, you are probably in a frantic rush, escaping as fast as possible. This is not really a death scene, but it's pretty interesting, so I wanted to show it here. And here's what happens when Jill stops on the balcony and looks around at the civilians fleeing. At the top of the parking garage, Jill gets into a car and struggles to start it up, but she finally does and drives towards Nemesis. But what happens if you don't press any buttons and she doesn't start the car or drive? If Jill does start the car and starts driving, she will smash right into Nemesis as he crashes onto the hood. The game wants you to press R2 to accelerate, and Jill holds down the gas to drive Nemesis off the edge of the parking deck. But what happens if Jill does not accelerate and you just sit there? Also to note, after you get out of the crashed car, there's a scene where you can move around with Jill. If you don't do anything here, nothing happens, the cutscene starts normally. As Jill escapes through the burning city, Nemesis shoots off the big toy uncle head from the shop, and it comes crashing down towards Jill like a boulder. She sidesteps her way to safety. But what happens if the rolling uncle catches up with her? Next, Jill approaches the clock tower. Despite her killing Nemesis multiple times in brutal ways, for some reason when she sees him fall into water, she assumes that's the thing that's gonna kill him. Obviously, it does not, and Nemesis jumps out of the water and attacks Jill on the bridge. Lucky for her, she can run across just in time to make it. But what happens if Nemesis catches up to Jill on the bridge? At the end of Carlos's hospital campaign, he has to hold off zombies in the lobby so that they don't attack Jill while she's sick in her bed. But what happens if Carlos can't do the job and the zombies breach the room to get to Jill? Just before the Nemesis boss fight, Nemesis grabs Jill with his giant tentacle and she crawls away till she's saved by an explosion. But what happens if she doesn't crawl away and Nemesis gets her? At the final boss, Jill has a failed attempt using a railgun that blows the power fuses, and later she'll get the kill shot that same way. But what happens if Jill just stands there and never fires in both of those situations? After you do land the final blow, the game tells you to first move forward and then second press R2 to finish the monster. If you don't walk forward here or press the button to fire, in both situations the game actually just finishes it for you. At the end of the game, Jill shoots Nikolai and her and Carlos escape via helicopter.
Barry! Where's Barry?
However, there is a secret ending. So, what happens if you don't shoot or accidentally shoot Carlos?
Take the shot! She won't do it.
Carlos! No!
Knew you couldn't pull the trigger.
Those are the 10 secret death scenes that you may not have found in Resident Evil 3 Remake. If we missed any, please let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, click on the like. Plus, follow us on social media and subscribe on YouTube, as we'll be covering Resident Evil 3 with more cool videos like this all month long.